Book 1, Chapter 9 Vishwamitra's Anger and Vasishta's Advice. Valmiki said, On hearing the speech of the king, with his piteous look and eyes full of tears, Vishwamitra, the son of Kausika, became highly incensed and replied,
You're about to break your promise after pledging yourself to its performance, and thus you wish to behave like a deer after having been a lion. This is unbecoming of the race of Raghu. It is acting contrary to this great family. Hot rays must not proceed from the cool-beamed moon. If you are so weak, O king, let me return as I came. Live happily with your friends, you promise-breaking descendant of Kakusta.
As the high-spirited Vishwamitra moved with anger, the earth trembled under him, and the gods were filled with fear. Vasishta, the meek and wise, observant of his vows, knowing that anger influenced the great sage and friend of the world, spoke. O king, born of the race of the Ikshvashus, a form of virtue itself, and called Dasharatha the Fortunate, you are adorned with all the good qualities known in the three worlds. You are famous for your meekness and strict adherence to your vows. You are renowned in all three worlds for your virtues and fame. You cannot break your promise. Preserve your virtue and think not to break your promise. Comply with the request of the sage who is honored in all three worlds. Having said you will do it, if you retract your promise, you lose the object of your yet unfulfilled desires. Therefore, let Rama depart from you. Vasishta continued. Descended from the race of Ikshvaku and being a Dasharatha yourself, if you fail to perform your promise, who else on earth will ever keep his word? It is the standard of conduct of great men like you that makes even low people afraid to transgress the bounds of their duties. How then do you wish to violate it yourself? Vasishta continued. Guarded by this lion-like man Vishwamitra, like ambrosia by fire, no Rakshasa will have power to prevail over Rama, whether he be equipped and armed or not. Behold, Vishwamitra is the personification of virtue, the mightiest of the mighty and superior to all in the world in his intelligence and devotion to asceticism. He is skilled in all warlike arms that are known in the three worlds. No other man knows them so well, nor shall ever be able to master them like him. Among the gods, sages, asuras, rakshasas, nagas, yakshas, and gandharvas, there is none equal to him. Vasishta continued. In days gone past, when this son of Kaushika used to rule over his realm, he was furnished with all the arms of Krisasva, and which no enemy can baffle. These arms were the progeny of Krisasva, and were equally radiant and powerful as the progeny of the Prajapati, and followed him. Now Daksha had two beautiful daughters, Jaya and Supraja, alias Vijaya, who had 100 offspring that are invincible in war. Of these, the favored Jaya gave birth to 50 sons who are implacable agents of the destruction of Asura forces. In like manner, Supraja gave birth to 50 sons of very superior qualities, very powerful and terrible in their appearance and indomitably aggressive. Thus, Vishvamitra is strengthened and grown powerful. He is acknowledged in the three worlds as a sage. You, therefore, must not think otherwise than to deliver Rama to him. This mighty and virtuous man and prince of sages being near anyone in his presence, even one at the point of death is sure to attain his immortality. Therefore be not disheartened like an unconscious man. Chapter 10. The Melancholy of Rama. Valmiki relates. After Vasishta finished speaking, King Dasaratha was glad to send for Rama and his brother Lakshman, saying, Chamberlain, go and quickly bring here the truly mighty and long-armed Rama with Lakshman for the praiseworthy purpose of removing the impediments of religious acts. Thus sent by the king, the chamberlain went to the inner apartment. After some moments he returned and informed the king. O sire, Rama, whose arms have crushed all his foes, remains wrapped in thoughts in his room, like a bee closed in a lotus at night. He said that he is coming in a moment, but he is so lost in his lonely meditation that he likes nobody to be near him. Thus advised by the chamberlain, the king called one of Rama's attendants, and having given him every assurance, asked him to relate the particulars. On being asked by the king how Rama had come to that state, the attendant replied in a sorrowful mood. Sir, we have also become as lean as sticks in our bodies, in sorrow for the fading away of your son Rama in his body. The lotus-eyed Rama appears dejected ever since he has come back from his pilgrimage in company with the Brahmins. When asked to perform his daily rites, he sometimes discharges them with a sad face, and at other times he wholly dispenses with them. He is adverse, O Lord, to bathing, to worshipping the gods, to the distribution of alms, and to his meals also. Even when we troubled him to eat, he does not take his food with good relish, sire. He no longer allows the playful harem girls to rock him in swinging cradles by, nor does he play under the showering fountains like in rainwater. No ornaments beset with the bud-shaped rubies, no bracelets or necklace, O king, can please him now. In the same manner, those who expect their fall from heaven would be pleased by nothing in it. He is sorrowful even while sitting in the tree gardens of vines, entertained by flowery breezes, and amidst the looks of maidens playing around him. O king, he looks at whatever is good and sweet, elegant and pleasing to the soul with sorrowful eyes, like one whose eyes are already satisfied with viewing them heaped up in piles. He would speak ill of the girls who would dance merrily before him and exclaim out, Why should these ladies of the harem flutter about in this way, causing grief in me? His doings are like that of a madman who takes no delight at his food or rest. His vehicles or seats, his baths, and other pleasures, however excellent they may be,
As regards prosperity or adversity, his rooms or any other desirable thing he says, they are all unreal, and then he holds his silence. He cannot be excited by pleasantry or tempted to taste pleasures. He attends to no business but remains in silence. No woman with her loosened locks and tresses and the tempting glances of her eyes can please him any more than a playful fawn can please the trees in the forest. Like a man sold to savages, he takes delight in lonely places, in remotest areas, in the banks of rivers and wild deserts. He continued, O king, his aversion to clothing, conveyance, food, and presents indicates that he is following the line of life led by wandering ascetics. He lives alone in a lonely place and neither laughs, nor sings, nor cries aloud from a sense of his indifference to them. Seated in the lotus posture with folded legs, he stays with a distracted mind. He stays with a distracted mind, O king, reclining his cheek on his left palm. He assumes no pride to himself, and does not wish for the dignity of sovereignty. He is neither elated with joy nor depressed by grief or pain. We do not know where he goes, what he does, what he desires, and what he meditates upon, or from where or when he comes and what he follows. The attendant continued. He's getting lean every day, growing pale day by day. Like a tree at the end of autumn, he is becoming discolored day after day. O king, his brothers Shatrughna and Lakshman follow all his habits and resemble his very shadow. Repeatedly asked about his unsound mind by his servants, brother princes and mothers, Rama says he has none, and then resumes his silence and detachment. He lectures his companions and friends, saying, Do not set your mind to sensual enjoyments, which are only pleasing for the time being. O king, he has no affection for the richly adorned women of the harem, but rather looks upon them as the cause of destruction presented before him. He often sings in plaintive notes how his life is being spent in vain cares, estranged from those of the easily attainable state of heavenly bliss. Should some courtier speak of his being an emperor one day, he smiles at him as upon a raving madman, and then remains silent as one distracted in his mind. He does not pay heed to what is said to him, nor does he look at anything presented before him. He hates to look upon even the most charming of things, as it is imaginary and unreal to suppose the existence of an ethereal lake or a lotus growing in it. So it is false to believe the reality of the mind and its conceptions. Saying so, Rama marvels at nothing. The attendant continued. Even when sitting among beautiful maids, the darts of Kamadeva, the god of love, fail to pierce his impenetrable heart, like showers of rain cannot pierce a rock. Rama makes his motto that no sensible man should ever wish for riches, which are but the seeds of dangers. And he gives all that he has to beggars. He sings some verses to this effect that it is an error to call one thing prosperity and the other adversity, when they are both only imaginations of the mind. He repeats some words to the effect that, though it is the general cry, Oh, I'm gone, I'm helpless grown, yet it is a wonder that nobody should take himself to utter detachment. the attendant was not yet done. He said, "That Rama, the destroyer of enemies, the great oak grown in the garden of Raghu, should get into such a state of mind as what causes grief in us. We do not know, O great armed and lotus-eyed king, what to do with him in this state of his mind. We hope only in you." He laughs to scorn the counsels of the princess and Brahmins before him, and spurns them as if they were fools. He remains inactive with the conviction that the world which appears to our view is a vanity, and the idea of self is also a vanity. He has no respect for foes or friends, for himself or his kingdom, mother or riches, nor does he pay any regard to prosperity or adversity. He is altogether quiet, without any desire or effort, and devoid of a mainstay. He is neither captivated by anything nor freed from worldly thoughts. These are the reasons which afflict us most. Prince Rama says, "What have we to do with riches, with our mothers, with this kingdom and all our activities? O king, under these impressions he is about to give up his life. As the swallow grows restless with hurricanes, when hurricanes obstruct the rains, so has Rama become impatient under the restraint of his father and mother, his friends and kingdom, his enjoyments, and even his own life. In compassion on your son, incline to root out his annoyance, which, like a harmful vine, has been spreading its shoots. For under such a disposition of his mind, and in spite of his possession of all affluence, he looks upon the enjoyments of the world as his poison. Where is that powerful person on this earth who can restore him to proper conduct? Who is there who will remove the errors that have caused grief in Rama's mind, like the sun removes the darkness of the world?"